That was the perfect segue. I couldn't have lined it up any better. Thank you. It wasn't just the Norris Group, and I just would like to say thank you to an amazing Norris Group team. Vicki, Robin, Diana, the four of us have worked very hard last few months. Thank you so much. Tonight, just in case you didn't know, 100% of the donations for you sitting in the seat tonight is going to the Komen for the Cure. The sign-up process was a little bit belabored, I'm sorry. We went through the Komen site on purpose, so we didn't have to get charged the credit card fees and all that. You were sponsoring the I Survived Real Estate 2008 walk team, and you are more than welcome to join us on September 28th at Newport Beach for the walk. You can go to the I Survived 2008 website. For you watching on ProxyBid right now, if you really enjoy the show and you like what you're watching, please consider donating to the walk. And tonight wouldn't be possible without our platinum sponsors who helped us put this together and pay for everything, and I must mention each and every one of them. The San Diego Creative Investors Association and Bill Tan. The Investors Workshop, Sean Watkins. Fry Wiles, the creative agency responsible for the logo and our I Survived 2008 website. Thank you. Although some of you have complimented me on the food, I had nothing to do with it, and I would like to thank the White House Catering for being an amazing part of this team. MVT Productions, who is in charge right now of connecting to ProxyBid, all the lighting, all the sound, audio, video you see. We use them all the time, and we absolutely love them. Thank you, George and staff. And last but certainly not least is ProxyBid, who is, I believe, in Tennessee right now, making sure the entire thing airs online. This is all about information and solutions, and they're broadcasting it nationwide. Thank you, ProxyBid. And if you have any problems, make sure you call the ProxyBid number, not our cell phones. One last thing I did forget, the Nixon Library, who helped us out with this amazing space. They luckily had this become available, and I think you will agree, it is a magnificent space. This is an East Room replica of the White House. So now you know. Okay. Now, without any further ado, let's get the party started. I am very pleased to introduce the man who is our host for this evening. He's been in real estate for over 27 years. He's an investor, a hard money lender, and an author. He wrote the 1997 report, The California Comeback, predicting the rise in California prices in real estate. In 2006, he wrote The California Crash. He's been involved in over 2,000 real estate transactions as buyer, seller, and hard money lender. And I get to call him Dad. Yes. My father, Bruce Norris.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. That is a great way to start tonight, I've got to say. You'll notice that we have someone taking pictures because there's no way we're going to let you escape without me seeing you officially have ties and jackets on at least once in your life. How many here will confess to being a real estate investor? Aha. See what we look like? Some of you didn't know. We're regular folk. It's interesting. I think a lot of the things that have happened in the last few years have been blamed on investor/speculator. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight because I think the investor is one of the paths that we need to take to solve the problem. So we want to thank you so much for being here tonight. I've been amazed at what Aaron keeps getting me to do. Early in 2007, he approached me and said, how about doing a radio show? And I said, a radio show? Why would we want to do a radio show? He said, I think it'd be a very good service for our customers. See, that was guilt. So I decided that I would do that. And you know, I've had the time of my life. I've been able to interview some of the brightest people in our country, and most of it because Aaron was able to get them to say yes when we didn't have a track record. I'm sure some of them would go to the website and go, why would I do an interview with Bruce Norris? But as gradually as we got some names in there, it was, oh, he did it. I guess I'll do it too. And it got easier and easier. So who's joining us tonight is a group of those very special people that I've been able to interview. And they're here because they're at the top of an industry. And I want them to share with us what they see for the future. And then I want to make some suggestions from the investor world, because I think we have something to offer as well. Aaron is very responsible for this event, by the way. He's always humble about what he does. Because of who he is, we do different things at the Norris Group than we ever thought we would, and we contribute in different ways than we ever thought we could. And so he's a very special young man. In 1970, I married Marcia. And some of you know this is coming. I married Marcia, and we were 17 years old. And we were broke for a long time. I finally got my act together a little bit around probably 21, and I read a book. Because I started becoming responsible, I started reading books about how to do better. And one of the books I read was The Coming Bad Years by Howard Ruff. And it scared me to death. It was the first book I'd ever read about projecting what was coming. And his idea of what was coming was very scary. As a matter of fact, he said that if you were a responsible adult with a family, that you needed to buy 200 pounds of wheat for every person that was in your family. I had 2 kids at the time, and not to be outdone, I bought 1,000 pounds of wheat in 1974. This is part of that wheat, 34-year-old wheat. I brought it here just to remind me that I learned 2 lessons from that experience. First one, they were telling me the truth. Wheat actually lasts a long time. That'll still make good bread. The second was that when faced with bad years, it's appropriate to react, but not overreact. Tonight, we're probably going to hear some things that might give us cause to be concerned. That's fine. Let's react and not overreact. Let's go to solution mode and see if we can figure out some things.